Hey guys, what is Kraken's Krakenation? So, some may know, many of you probably don't know. I have been working very hard with a select, very elite team to work on what is known as Teambuilder X. Teambuilder X is basically the goal is to be the ultimate guide, the ultimate tool for players in the draft league format, which is where I play most of my competitive Pokemon these days. So what we do here, we got a spreadsheet that's basically helping you in every facet of your team building, consolidating everything that you're going to be doing, whether it's team setup, move pools, stats, weaknesses, resistances, speed tiers. I might have already said that. Matchups, move pools. Again, I don't know what I've already said. It's been a long day, guys. Give me a break, but. What the spreadsheet does is it consolidates everything. So what we're doing is this is the official user guide. So I'm gonna use this for one of my draft classes, which is a league that I'm in, a league I'm running. If you want to check it out, definitely do that. But join the Discord below if you want to know more about that. But if you guys are interested in Teambuilder X, there is a development server that I will also link in the chat below. Definitely would love to check this out. If you're watching this and have already gotten into Teambuilder X and you're watching this as a user guide, welcome. I'm excited to have you here. Teambuilder X, again, is this ultimate tool for draft league players to consolidate and make their life easier, help them out. It isn't like a cheat code. It's not going to build your team for you, but it's going to give you all the tools you need to be an effective builder as much as possible. And furthermore, so you may also, just to give you a heads up, now Teambuilder X is subscription based, so we're running $5 a month is our plan for the basic package, and there's going to be a gold package as well, and that's going to be $10 a month. And that's all stuff that you can learn about if you want to join our Discord. I'm not going to go too much about that today. It's about me building with this team, and it's going to be the official user guide. What I'm going to do, I'm going to prep with it from start to finish, show you guys how I do everything that the spreadsheet's capable of, and then with that, honestly, in future, I might end up doing future user guides as well, because we may have updates that come out that include new features, who knows, in the future. So we need to make sure we're giving you guys up-to-date information. So we're going to start from scratch, guys. So here's, the matchup selector where you can pick different teams. Now, keep in mind, I've only got one team in this right now. So I'm going to go down here. I'm going to go to my team library where I've already got my team for this league already put in. And I want to make a new team. So I'm going to type in opponent team. And we're going to go ahead and look up my opponent's team on my league's document, which looks like we are playing the Chicago Flashfire, tough opponent. So it's good that I have Teambuilder X to help me out here a little bit. And his team consists of, I'm just going to copy and paste that. Where is it? Tapu Koko, Salamence, Hoopun, Bound, Milotic, Incineroar, Alolan Raichu, Articuno, Ambipom, Armaldo, Venusaur, Steelix, and Sock. So we're going to paste that in. Teambuilder X, and you could have I have space for up to 50 teams in Teambuilder X, so you can put in as many teams as you want here if you're in multiple leagues or whatever. So I'm going to pull up my team, and I'm going to pull up my opponent's team. Okay? And so those are going to pull right up into the matchup selector where we can see the teams load in, and the spreadsheet starts to do some work and starts pulling up all the information that I might need for this matchup into it. Now, every league has its own rules. We've added to Teambuilder X a functionality that allows Teambuilder X to that allows you to custom ban list select. So, for example, Greninja, Protean, ban. So if I click on this, the spreadsheet knows that Greninja cannot run Protean in this league. Shell Smash, Mega Blastoise, and maybe these don't apply to matchups, but you can just put these in. For example, these are all banned in my league. Actually, Mega Zam Nasty Fly is not banned, is it? So these are the rules that I'm going to put in for my particular league. Your league may be different, and so that's the strength of what we're trying to do here. Hopefully that's helpful. So now we've got the teams put in. If we can go to where most of the work on Teambuilder X will be done for me. I'm going to adjust this camera a little bit. And that's going to be on the Team Construction tab. So here we've got it. There's not much here right now, as you can see. We got his team pulled up top so we can look at it. We got my team down here, all here. I got a matchup for, it looks like Shaman. don't know why Shaman's matchup is here. If I type in, but for example, over here on the right, if I type in Mega Scissor, it'll pull up Mega Scissor's move pool for me automatically. So I've got access to all move pools, and I will say also, this is not actually this Pokemon's entire move pool, but I went through every single move in the game one by one and figured out what moves have even the slightest chance of ever being relevant in a draft league matchup. So that way you can know, and those will be, what's cool about this is those will get updated very easily when new moves are added to the game in the future. So if you want to do that, that is all there. It's clearly a little buggy right now. Don't know why it's doing this. I'll figure that out later. I don't know what's up with this. I don't know. We'll figure it out later. It's been clearly acting up a little bit. We got still some bugs to work out, but anyways. So we got his team here. I want to I want to just know. I want to have stats that I can look at. So I'll pull up stats and info, and just every single Pokemon stats, it's typing, and everything is all up there. So, where do I want to go from here? It becomes the question very quickly. All right, well, my best Pokemon is Mega Scissor, right? Which honestly does not seem to have a terrible matchup here. I think it seems very usable. So we're going to go ahead and look up Mega Scissor. We're going to put him into the matchup analyzer, see what the spreadsheet thinks, see if I want to take its advice. This usually takes around 20 to 30 seconds for this to run, depending on how fast your computer is. For me, I have a pretty good computer, so it just finished up in like 5 or 10 seconds. So what I got here is ratings of 0 to 5 for every single Pokemon, every single set of mine against all of his Pokemon. So it likes really bulky scissor sets, which I don't think is crazy, although I don't personally love it. I think I might go and say for a Swords Dance kind of direction, where I can run maybe like a Quick Attack, Bullet Punch, Roost, Swords Dance kind of set. Seems interesting to me. My Lodic is kind of a problem for that. So we'll have to consider it. Maybe Mega Scissor doesn't have the best matchup. Defensive Scissor is interesting, but he does have a lot of solid answers as well. I mean, he's got fire type coverage with Incineroar and Salamence only, really. I guess Sock gets Fire Punch, but that's a key here. I mean, we can look up weaknesses and resistances. We can pull those up really quickly. Clearly there's some bugs here with Socks. I don't know what's up with that. Let's try this. What is up with Sock? We'll have to figure that out, guys. Clearly there's some bugs still going on. But so those are all the weaknesses and resistances. I can look up like speed tiers, for example. I can look at match ratings, which I can get into a little bit later. I don't have any yet, obviously, but I can look at some rolls. Okay. That's not bad. So let's take a look at other options. I like Garchomp potentially a lot here. Earthquake, if we look at his team, I got all of the typings right here. And if we look at his team is incredibly ground weak. And his ground resists really are Salamence, which I can hit with a dragon move, I outspeed, all that stuff. Articuno, who I hit with Stone Edge. I have to be careful with Ice Shard, notably. It says Physical Scarf, which is not a bad idea. Ground is such a spammable move against this team. I like SD, though, because it lets me break through my Lodic as well. And then I can punish like Venusaur, too, at the same time. It lets me break through a couple Pokemon. I do like the idea of having just some extra bulk, though. But I have to outspeed things like Mence, don't I? So let's pull up the speed tier so I know exactly how fast everything is. So Articuno is going to be pretty fast. I'm going to go ability. We're going to go Rough Skin, and we're going to go Swords Dance. And so all of this Pokemon moves automatically pull up right here, which is really awesome. Swords Dance, Earthquake, and then I think Rock Slide, maybe Stone Edge just to hit Mence a little harder. And so what I do, and you don't have to do this, right? This is something I include in the spreadsheet because I know it's useful for me, is this match rating system. So what I can do is now I can go in and rate how my matchups are going. So how good do I feel like I am against Coco? Not great. Coco gets Play Rough and Dazzling Gleam now. I do hit it pretty hard. I can probably take 1. So I'm going to give myself a 1 out of 5. So 0 to 5, I'll give it a 1. Against Mence, I'm okay. I'm not good against Scarf Mence, but I definitely am like a little better than that. So I'm going to give it a 2 here against Mence. Hoop Unbound, again, I'm kind of threatened by Scarf. I'm going to give it a 2 here. My Lodic, tricky. I'll give it a 1 here. Incineroar, we'd absolutely destroy. I'll give it like a 3 or a 4. I mean, 4s and 5s I try to reserve for more defensive Pokemon, but I pretty much destroy Incineroar. Alolan Raichu I do pretty good against. I don't think it gets ice coverage. Let's take a look here over here in the matchup in the move pool database. Does not it gets Draining Kiss. That's really its only move to hit me that hard, so I feel pretty good about that. Articuno we don't really beat. We have to be careful with Ice Shard. Ambipom we're okay into. Armaldo I really like our matchup into. I really like our matchup into Venusaur. We're pretty good into regular Steelix, and then Sock we're also pretty good into. I'll give those 3s though, actually. Can't switch into them all day. Yeah, so that's a really, really solid Pokemon right there. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to run Rocks in the last spot. Substitute would be cool if it could allow me to take a Scald from my Milotic, but I'm not sure when else I would click Sub otherwise. I guess on a forced switch, but nothing's really coming into Earthquake besides my Milotic, really, because then I just click Stone Edge on Mence or Articuno. I guess Articuno could be a little tricky. But we're going to leave Garchomp for now. I'm comfortable leaving it like this. I'll decide on the item. I might want to go leftovers. I could easily imagine going with something like the Roselli Berry for Tapu Koko. I could easily imagine going with like maybe a Yachi Berry. Leftovers is an option. Life Orb is an option. Yeah. So looking at the overall speed tiers on his team, Gengar is not in a bad spot. Just an offensive Gengar set is just pretty good. It doesn't really fear Ambipom. Obviously, it fears knockoff. Don't get me wrong. I know that, but that's worth considering at the very least. How good is Snorlax? Snorlax is pretty good into Koko, actually. It's a very, very solid Koko answer. Koko, I think, does get close combat now, though, so maybe a little less good than it used to be. But very good into Raichu. Solid into Incineroar. Okay into Milotic. Really good into Venusaur. Nah, maybe not that good, because I can't really hit Venusaur back that hard. How good is, like, Aerodactyl here? Aerodactyl could be a really good mon. Potentially very solid. A mon I'm liking a lot as I'm looking at it is Shaman. I think, let's pull up Shaman's sets here. But Shaman is just looking very promising to me by virtue of the fact that it gets fairy coverage. I guess Salamence does get Hurricane now, which is kind of scary, and Hoova does get Gunk Shot. But I was just saying that I hit. So some of these ratings are kind of whack. Interesting. 5 because I get Earth Power to hit it. But I guess I never take a hit. Okay. All right, fair enough. I guess I kind of agree with these, actually. So maybe Shaman's not quite as good as I was thinking. It really does destroy my Milotic, which is nice. It's also not very good into... I guess it gets Psychic. It's not awful in the Venusaur. He has a lot of Grass Roots. Maybe it's not that good. All right, so let's take a look at Gengar. What does it think? Is there a Gengar set that I'm kind of sleeping on that's really good maybe here? Not really. Scarf Gengar is viable, actually. Just revenges a lot of stuff on this team very well. It's really well revenge. Destiny Bond could be really good. What about Snorlax? It always loves Curselax. This thing tells me to run Curselax every single week. It really likes Snorlax. Wow. It really likes Snorlax. Not against Hoopa, which is fair. Yeah, Snorlax seems like overall Snorlax does seem like it has to come. Just a tanky Snorlax set. Obviously, I'm going to run Earthquake on any Snorlax that I bring here just because it helps beat so many things. I kind of like the idea of Facade to help me beat my Milotic if it Scald Burns me. So I'm going to switch over back to match ratings. We're going to pull those back up. And I'm going to put in... I'm going to give this a 2 against Koko. A 1 against my Milotic. It's going to get a 5 against... let's say a 4 because Psyshock exists. We're going to give it a 2 against Incineroar. A 1 against Ambipom, I guess. Why not? a 1 against, let's say a 2 against Steelix. Steelix doesn't hit me that hard. Okay, that's a pretty solid start. How good is like, does Snorlax get like, what's like, it gets like Rock Slide, right? Doesn't it? Gets Rock Slide and Rock Tomb, Smackdown. Does not get Stone Edge, I knew that. Just because it hits Salamence and Articuno. Like, Edgequake is just really devastating against this team. Edgequake is so good. Which is why Aerodactyl also seems potentially very good. Because, yeah, Edgequake is just devastating if we can wear through Milotic. Man. How good is just like Ice Punch then? He's got a bit of a, yeah, see, like he's got so many ground rock weaknesses. I guess we could go like Rock Slide. And that's like a, honestly, that's like a 5. That's never touching us. That's like another 1. And then this could be like an AV Snorlax. We could just go leftovers. It doesn't, Zen Headbutt will hit Venusaur, although probably not that hard. I don't know. Okay, we're going to leave Snorlax like that for now. I think we found our good second Pokemon. And I just like to go through my Pokemon one by one, see what the thing suggests. Now, keep in mind, if you notice, I'm not taking the word of it every single time. But I do like to just keep it in mind. It's interesting because I kind of was liking specially offensive Sylveon. Like an offensive Sylveon here seems really hard to switch into for his team. Just kind of grabs a lot of kills. His team also has some very hard hitters, though, like Hoopa and Tapu Koko. So I can't be switching into them all day. But Sylveon seems pretty good. Yeah, it's just a very solid Pokemon here. I could run like a Psychic to hit the Venusaur. That's his best Fairy type attack switch in. His Fairy resists are Steelix and Venusaur. I wish Mystical Fire hit both. It unfortunately does not. Steelix I feel like isn't switching into those honestly all day. So Sylveon's going to be definitely a consideration here. Mesprit doesn't seem that good to me. He's got 2 very hard hitting dark types. Wow, it really likes defensive Mesprit. Holy crap. All right, so these are the kind of situations where like maybe there's something I'm not seeing that the spreadsheet sees. It really likes defensive Mesprit here. Obviously not against Hoopa and Incineroar, but if you look at these ratings, it's clearly thinking it's very good into most of the rest of the team, which actually, I mean, I guess into a lot of it, it kind of is. We could run like a nasty plot even, maybe like an offensive variant, but that's really not, I don't know, man. It's very curious. It likes it a lot. I don't feel like Mesprit really takes on Milotic as well as the spreadsheet thinks right now. It is good against Sock. It's good against Venusaur. It's good against Raichu. It's good against Articuno. It's good against the thing it's good against. His team is... Alright, we'll think about Mesprit too. Blaziken. Blaziken's the one that's found a lot of matchups for me this season so far. It's been very impressive to me. I've really been enjoying it. A speed setup, Blaziken. Unfortunately is that he has Venusaur, right? It's not weak, and Blaziken feels pretty hard to bring when he has 2 very good defensive answers in Milotic and Venusaur. That could also, like, as good as I am, as nice it is that Blaziken's a mixed attacker. The problem is that Milotic and Venusaur are both pretty good mixed walls that could go in either direction very comfortably. And I don't necessarily love having to predict which way to go because other than that, there's not an obvious answer to me. Aerodactyl. Let's see what Aerodactyl is bringing to the table because I potentially really like Aerodactyl here. Speed setup? No. But physical attacker Aerodactyl looks legit as hell to me. Only issue would obviously be Milotic, and I would need to bring good Milotic answers. like such as Shaman and Sylveon potentially. Unfortunately, our league is not allowing dual wing beat, which would have been sick. I mean, not that his team's actually that flying weak, but this would have been a nice move to have for things like especially Venusaur. Okay. So right now, I'm leaning that Sylveon might be a yes. Gengar's in the middle ground. Wishy-washy. Good water. His team is Wishy-washy is almost certainly a non-bring. Yeah. Assault Vest is okay, I guess. That's true. But overall, he's got 2 electrics, 2 offensive electrics, a bulky grass. Yeah, no, Wishy-washy, I'm sorry, buddy. You're not going to make it this week. Rotom Frost could be very good, I feel like. Just nuke some stuff, right? Okay, so I'm thinking this is a tough matchup for sure. So this is an interesting one. I'm gonna go with, I think Sylveon is just pretty good because he has a hard time switching into an offensive Sylveon. I'm thinking Aerodactyl's actually really solid. I feel like I could go like even like a Hone Claws Roost. I don't know about Roost, but like a heavy duty boots. Unnerve. And then go like Stone Edge, Earthquake, and then Roost is an option. And this just seems to be pretty overall powerful to me. His rock resists are Steelix and Sock. Sock is not a great Pokemon overall. And this just seems very solid to me. I've got to be careful about Alolan Raichu, which is why I'm thinking that this Snorlax is probably going to be AV just to tank it. And maybe even Garchomp's his leftovers for the same reason. Yeah, well, I think I'm gonna go with like an AV set. It helps with. It does help with like this kind of option of special Hoopa a little bit, although it would run Psyshock. Hoopa's tough to switch into, man. That's life. That's not what you can do about it. How about Dottler the God? We did not give Dottler the credit it deserves. What is his team looking at for hazard clears? Tapu Koko, Mence, Articuno, Armaldo. Not bad, actually. It doesn't think Dottler has any good sets? That's whack. I probably know why. I probably never rigged up the... Let's take a look here at the Dottler in the database. Yeah, my boy Dottler getting actively disrespected out here. New Dottler sets will populate it in a sec. Iron Defense Body Press. It knows. Is that a good Dottler set? He doesn't have a ghost type. I kind of don't hate it. It slows down things like Hoopa if they're Scarf. Helps Garchomp get really good and things like an offensive slowdown. I could go like Recover, Sticky Web, Body Press, Iron Defense. I really like it. It seems really good to me here, actually. And then just go Max HP, Max Spadef, Item of Violite. I don't even know what these... What does Compound Eyes even do? I actually have no idea. like none of these abilities are helpful, are they? Swarm, I don't know. None of them are helpful. Okay, and then we'll put the last 4 in defense. We'll go boost our SPDEF, lower our attack. And so we'll boost up our... Oh, I like that. I like that. Let's go, Doppler. Let's go. And Sticky Webs is good because I can run like an offensive Sylveon and put in some fine work indeed. This set's really going to struggle with some Pokemon on this team. It's like really good until things like Steelix. Really good into Sock. Solid as hell into Ambipom. It'll be okay against Milotic. If I get up an Iron Defense, I probably eat from Incineroar. It's okay-ish from Raichu. It's okay into Hoopa. So in the last one, I just want to find ways to be less weak to Hoopa and Coco, most notably. So it's really, so Shaman's pretty solid here. Really helps into Coco because electric spams becomes actively worse for sure. It's also good against Milotic, which kind of is a problem for me right now. Can Garchomp ever sub up on Milotic? Clicking Scald. No, never. Oh, this is an offensive Milotic. No. If I run... I'd have to run like a SPDEF boosting nature in max SPDEF to ever set up on that. His team is so offensive. I need ways to break through Milotic really badly. Because his team's just going to really struggle to do that. Scissor is just overall really solid, I feel like. It has to run quick attack. Maybe no Scissor, because it has to... Coco is pretty... Coco's pretty good into it. Maybe if I ran like a specially defensive Scissor, actually, which is what the spreadsheet was suggesting. If I go and I take a look at like... How much does Thunderbolt do? Good chunk. And how much does Wild Charge do? Also a good chunk. But it does take them. It does take them. And then I can click things like Knockoff. And it's pretty good into Hoopa. Yeah. Mega Scissor, like a SPDEF Mega Scissor. And then I just U-turn out. And then I just need to U-turn out into something that breaks Milotic really well. And his grass switch-ins. If I click Seed Flare, what are his grass switch-ins? Salamence, Articuno, Venusaur. Seed Flare, Psychic. Let's go Toxic, U-turn, Knockoff, Roost maybe. No Bullet Punch over Toxic maybe. Well, but like this isn't even beating Coco. What am I saying? This isn't even beating Coco. Like. Okay, I take a hit from it, and then I just click U-turn and Knockoff, which are both resisted anyways. It's good against Raichu, but I have a yeah. This is tough. Because at the same time, it helps a little bit with Hoop Unbound. Gengar is pretty good in the last spot, I guess, to break through my Milotic pretty well. And also, it can threaten out Coco or something. I mean, how much is like Scarf? Scarf is pretty good. His ghost resists are Ambipom, which is pretty bad against me, and Incineroar, which also is pretty bad against me, I feel like. So let's say 252 Modest. Might not. Let's try Timid first and see if we need the Modest. Shadow Ball, Sludge Bomb, Tapu Koko. We revenge Tapu Koko very reliably. Most of my Milotic sets kind of just come in and just wall the crap out of us. Even T-Bolt's not really helping. I could run like a bulky, a non-Scarf set, and just see how good our. If we'd have to bring Shaman, and we'd need to see how good our. Yeah, I kind of like a bulky offensive Shaman, because I feel like Seed Flare into if we get a Seed Flare drop into Venusaur, it's good. So I like this Shaman a lot. It'll really help with that. And then maybe go like Earth Power in the last spot. So that gives us that. It helps us, yeah. See, like, it really helps against these electrics. It's got a chance against Venusaur. It helps with Steelix. It's okay against Armaldo. It's just okay, though. Yeah, Shaman's good. And assuming he doesn't run Gunk, which he probably will to hit Sylveon. Hoopa Unbound and Salamence are the threats. Okay. So we need to, and so is Venusaur to a solid extent as well. We need to find ways to beat these Pokemon more effectively in the last spots. In the meantime, I'm just going to do this. We're going to make it very offensive. We're going to put 4 in Spadef. I don't think there's anything relevant that I need to speed creep. Maybe just put the last 4 just so I can speed creep a little bit. 236. We'll do like 230, 240, I guess. Okay, and then we'll go like leftovers, just so we don't get worn down coming in a lot. We're not running a defogger. His rockers are like Steelix and Armaldo though, right? I'm not crazy, so his rockers are absolute trash. I kind of like just Stealth Rocks on Chomp in the last spot. Ice Punch would be good on Lax. And then we just go with like Assault Vest. Thick Fat or Immunity. He doesn't really click a lot of good fire ice moves. Like Articuno sucks, and Incineroar is not great either. He has them, but they're not great. How often are we coming in on like fire attacks or ice attacks for other Pokemon? Pretty often. For Garchomp, yeah, I'm gonna go Thick Fat. I mean, it's more guaranteed, I think. Let's go back to match ratings, and then we're gonna go just 252, 252. 4 into defense, boost attack, minus special attack. And so that should I'm gonna give that a little bit of a higher rating there. That'll help with that a little bit. It's worth a rating against Hoopa at the very least. Okay, so we need to beat Venusaur, Salamence, and Hoopa with our last Pokemon. What's a Pokemon that does that well? Mega Scissor would beat 2 out of the 3 very well. Mence is a little trickier. Bullet Punch is pretty good into all, like, just 2 of these 2. So Mega Scissor is a very viable option to beat those last couple Pokemon. We brought Milotic Answer. I do like just the offensive Sylveon quite a bit. Because if Venusaur comes, Hyper Voice plus Psyshock doesn't actually do that much, I guess. And Slow Drum does a ton back. Mesprit's no, I'm looking at this other options too. Gengar's okay. Gengar's okay at best. Mesprit's okay into Venusaur and even into Mence, but really bad into Hoopa. Blaziken's pretty bad against all 3. Wishy-Washy is pretty bad. Rotom Frost. So it's really between the top 3. I don't think Gengar is even actually that much of a consideration, honestly, in this matchup. I think it's between Scizor and Sylveon in the last spot. While we're thinking about that, let's go ahead. I think we're just going to want a standard fast-ish, faster than Mence, probably Garchomp. So that's 330. We're going to need to boost our speed to hit that, it says. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to boost our attack. Oh, sorry, we're going to lower our special attack, I mean. And we're going to run 252 attack and then 16 into HP. An item, I'm thinking we'll just go with Roselia Berry, honestly. With how much fairy coverage he'll run, I feel like that's not bad. It's only Coco, I guess. No, I think that's Roselia Berry's a little bit of a stretch then. He's got a good amount of ice coverage. That he does have, because Hoopa, Milotic, Articuno, Ambipom, Socks, even Steelix has Ice Fang. Yachi Berry is not bad, actually. Lumberry also really not bad. But see, a lot of these are his lower Pokemon that I feel like overall we usually scare out anyways. I do like Yachi Berry though. That might be leftovers. We'll decide. We'll do some mocks with some friends and we'll decide. And then in the last spot, Scizor or Sylveon. The spreadsheet liked Scizor more, right? I'm just gonna go with Scizor. I think that's the best choice. I think we can run Bullet Punch to revenge a lot of stuff. I think just Swords Dance, Bullet Punch, Bug Bite, Roost is gonna be the play, and that'll allow us just to revenge some stuff. Bug Bite will do maximum damage to Milotic and Venusaur, which we can now take on. I think this is gonna be the play. We're gonna go Scissorite. We're gonna go Technician, obviously. 252 HP. Curse, also an option, to be completely frank, actually, now that I'm looking at it. The extra, he's got a lot of... Curse is really good here. No, but I need to boost up my... Swords Dance is really needed to get as much attack as fast as possible against Milotic, isn't it? And Curse is really good for some stuff. Not great for everything. I need to run enough speed. Let's pull up speed tiers. I need to run enough speed to outspeed like a couple variants of Incineroar probably, but I'm not going to worry about it because I am naturally faster than Incineroar. And otherwise, I don't think there's anything relevant. It's just outspeed, so we're going to 252, 252, and 4 defense. We'll do plus attack, minus special attack. For this, we got to speed tie the Coco, right? So we're going to go boost speed, minus special attack. Is there a move that we'd really like to run on Aerodactyl over Roost? Because I don't know how often we're going to get a Roost off here. Defog, what's his? Is it not? His rocker sucked. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother with Defog. I'm already running boots on this Pokemon, and the rest of my team isn't that rocks weak. I mean, Dottler is, and I guess that's it. But maybe a way to beat Milotic if it exists. I don't think it does, unfortunately. Maybe just Toxic, or like Fly to break through Venusaur, honestly. When are we really ever clicking Roost? Like, legitimately, it feels like never. If we'd rather be clicking Hone Claws. So I'm just going to run Fly. His flying resists are Armaldo, which I can click the Rock Steelix, and his electric types, which, yeah, I like this a lot more, I think. So we've got a speed tie max, so that's 394. We've got to run 252 attack and 4 HP. And we're going to throw in some nicknames here. Brochomp, Brolax, Brozor, Brodactyl, Brutler, and Brumin. All right, so that's the team. And so now what I would do, guys, and if you guys have stuck with me, I would let me know in the comment section if you guys stuck out this far, because this has been an obscenely long video already. But what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the team exportable. We're going to copy paste this. We're going to go directly to Showdown, where we can go and import the team. And it's all there. Everything's there. I like to just do a quick double check, because sometimes stuff is, I mean, it's not supposed to ever be off, but you might have typed something in wrong, and then the spreadsheet doesn't check for that. So I got the team in. I'm now ready for this week. Took me around an hour still. That's because I go slow. If you're a faster prepper than me, you saw how much decision making I was doing. If you're a faster prepper than me, this could definitely go a lot faster. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a comment, rate, subscribe. Guys, let me know what you guys are thinking. I hope you guys are excited to use Teambuilder X. Hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions about Teambuilder X in the comment section below, or you can join our Discord to find out more, or maybe get those questions answered. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Krakenation out.